Okay, so it's a beautiful Sunday morning in Cartagena, and we are in the countryside of Cartagena, Punta Gunto, I believe is how it's pronounced. And this morning on my walk, I'm going to gather all the unique fruits that I find, and I'm going to cut them open. I have no idea what the names of these fruits are. So I'm just going to pretend like that doesn't matter, and I'm just going to gather them, and we are going to open them and dissect them together and hopefully find out the names. Anyway, I already picked up one of these things. Norbert said they're poisonous, so we're not going to eat them. But we're going to continue here. It's just a beautiful morning, and I've really enjoyed the solace here and spending time with this little family of 4, a teenager, a 3-year-old, mom and a dad. The mom is a Colombian native, and the dad is actually from Norway. So that was interesting. These little berries are interesting. I saw some that were ripe. At least what I think is ripe. They're black. Maybe they're overripe. I'm not sure. So we'll grab some of these. Look, these are kind of turning red. It's hard to tell when you don't know what they are. So I'm just gonna grab these, stick them in my bag. Oops. There's my thingy. My poisonous fruit, whatever that is. Now we're gonna put in these funny looking berries. Hello, doggy. Say hello to doggy. What's in there, doggy? I don't think the dogs have names. I think they're just the property animals, which is interesting. And I don't think they have names because I haven't heard the family call them. The dogs are just friendly. They just run right up to you. So here we go, down the road. I'm gonna go on the other side of that gate, and when I find some more fruit, I'll tune back in. Well, the sun is rising, so I wanted to take a moment to capture the beautiful sunrise. And I'm outside of the gate now. Isn't that cool cactus? This looks like another vacation property right outside where I've been staying. It's just right over there. Nobody's there right now. Or actually, I guess maybe somebody is there. It looks like there's a pair of pants or something hanging from their porch, so we won't videotape their house. Norbert and I did pick up some of these seeds. They look like pea pods. And we are bringing some of those back with us to plant in Florida. They produce these beautiful flowers. I'm just gonna pick one to open up and dissect. We'll pick one that's green and one that's brown, and we'll see what the difference is. It's just really nice this morning. It's a glorious, beautiful day, and before the sun gets hot, I'm gonna cover as much ground as I possibly can, because this is my, again, last day in the countryside. We're going to be heading into Cartagena city, which is extremely overpopulated and crazy and madness. So I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt for not getting up every morning and doing this. But I have no excuses. I'm lazy. Originally, I was planning to go down a road I'd already been down, but you know what? I'll take that way home. Today I'm choosing a new road. Today, I'm gonna walk into the sunrise. Well, I made it to the ocean again, which is easy to do because I'm staying right on the ocean. Whoa, high tide, plastic everywhere. Plastic everywhere. I'm trying not to focus on the plastic because it depresses me. So, anyway, moving on to this amazing discovery. This is one huge rock. And those little white accents are shells. And I wanted to grab some of these shells because they're a different pattern than the typical shell that I'm used to seeing, but they're all embedded in this rock. So the best I can do is take a video, which is awesome that I have this technology available at my fingerprints. I'm so thankful. Thank you to the creators of iPhones. Thank you to the creators of videography. This is just, it's so nice. I can take a sample of what I'm experiencing here and bring it home with me like this. This is really convenient, really nice. So these are all shells embedded into this rock and not going anywhere. So maybe I can get this shell. Oh, I was able to get a shell out. Well, that's cool. But I guess that's a traditional design. I thought that the lines traditionally went this way. Anyway, I'll have to further investigate. I'm putting this one in my bag. The ocean is just raging this morning. It is just... God is moving. How do you know when God is present? Well, if you just open your eyes and look around, it's obvious that God is present. But I like the blatant signs that God is present, like these waves. Nothing else can create waves other than the Master himself. And I just love the reminder. Alright, we're going to continue on our journey here. Hey, look, another big shell stuck right in there. Okay, onward and upward, somewhere through those bushes. Garbage, garbage, and more garbage. This is just rolling up on the shores. That's just beautiful. Just gorgeous. Should we take a closer look at what this is? Well, there's some things up here. We'll start here. Okay, we got styrofoam, water bottles, water bottles, water bottles, water bottles. That looks, I don't know, that's interesting. That's a root, a baboon root. Not a bamboo, what a, bamboo root. Flip-flops. Flip-flops and plastic bottles is primarily what we have washing up on shore. Plastic shoes. It's all going in the ocean apparently. And ending up on the coast, Caribbean coast here. Yeah, we got some new plastic in. Oil cans. It is. This is bad. This is definitely bad. Okay, so this is a little dangerous, but hopefully I won't fall. We're gonna try to get a closer look. I'm trying to avoid as many cobwebs as I can because I don't really like destroying other people's homes. So this is a little bit of a challenge for me, but we're gonna try to do this together. We're gonna take it slow, okay? So we're getting close just to understand what the problem is. Okay? Imagine if we didn't have these things, they wouldn't be here. On the flip side, hey, these things are indestructible. Maybe we should stop throwing them away. Maybe we should start using them. Or, you know, recycling them. I know that's not a new concept. Plastic, plastic, plastic. We got Crocs in there. I don't know if you can see that nice Croc. Yep, that's a Croc. This whole thing is a freaking Croc. There's no excuse for this, and I'm guilty. We're all guilty. We're the problem and we're the solution. We really need to get more serious than we already are about this, because our children, the future, deserves better. All right, I found a new pea pod. Look at that baby. That baby's huge. This is my hand, so you can get an idea of how big this pea pod is. This is the plant. I have no idea what it is. Oh wait, there's a flower here. Okay, we're gonna grab one of these pea pods to dissect. Oh shoot, I didn't mean to grab both of them. Oh, here's some more of those pea pods, but these ones are brown, and I guess the brown ones you can replant. So Norbert might like these in Florida, so I'm gonna grab some brown ones for him. Again, this is the kind of plant they're coming off of. Okay, we're gonna keep walking here. Okay, so there's a couple of different fruits here. This is like a fuzzy fruit. I'm gonna have to grab this with like my bag. I don't have anything else to really grab it with. It's kind of prickly. And also these, what looks like to be miniature watermelons, and they're everywhere. So I'm gonna pick up a couple of these and throw them in my bag, and then we're gonna go see what's inside of them. Well, I'm done with my walk. I made it back to our nice humble little abode. We're packing up, and as I was watering this plant on our porch, I got quite the surprise. If you look down in here, you'll see a little toad. Actually, not little at all. It's a very big toad. Let's see if I can get a better view. Norbert says that the toad is poisonous, but he says everything's poisonous, so I don't even know what is poisonous and what isn't poisonous. But here's the toad. Hello, Mr. Toad. Are you stuck? How did you get in there? Wow, you are gigantic, and what a surprise! How did you get in there? How did you get up here? You're huge. You're one of the biggest toads I've ever seen. Let's get a full body view of you, buddy. You're gigantic. I mean, are you stuck? Really? Because I'd like to be able to help you out. I could carry this plant downstairs. Wow. You're pretty cool, Mr. Toad. Maybe I'll just let you figure it out. I guess you got up here, you can get down. I know that you're more afraid of me than I am of you. Just one more good look at you, buddy. All right, so we made it to the city of Cartagena, and I brought with me all the fruits and seeds that I found on my walk. So shortly we will be dissecting those. I just wanted to show you exactly where we are at to give you an idea. And when we're done doing our little dissection, we'll do a little exploring in the city. Right over here, we've got our table all set up. So let's get to work. My name is Michelle, and
my name is Norbert.
And we're really excited to be here today, aren't we?
Yeah, this is an avocado.
But not a regular avocado.
Cartagena avocado. They are bigger compared to the Haas avocado that we enjoy in California. So,
let's get it open.
And so, when you open an avocado, you first of all slice it all the way around like this. And so I'm going to start at the top and follow what's inside, which is a big seed, a big brownish seed. And if you go all the way around, it usually comes right back to this point where you started, and there's a nice slit all the way around. And then all you have to do is take the seed. Look what we got. We got a nice avocado on one side, and we have a really nice big seed on the other side. Now the way to remove the seed is to simply poke it like this and then twist a little bit, and it loosens the seed and lets the seed come right out. Do you see that?
That thing is gigantic.
It's gigantus.
This thing is humongous. This seed is like, it seems kind of nutty. Kind of like you.
I projected that thought on you. See, there's nothing inside. But since you have it open,
there is something
why don't you
inside.
show folks exactly what you're looking at there? That little striation there in the middle is the beginning of the seed sprouting. So that little area there, right there, it's going to go straight up from there, and then the seed cracks open along that line that you see there, and then that's where the avocado. So the trick to keeping an avocado from going brown once you cut it is to put the seed back inside the middle and close it up. So that's what we're going to do right now.
All right.
Put it back in the hole, and we'll put the other half back on, and poof, we can store this avocado back in the refrigerator until we're ready to eat it.
Now I understand that also if you put lemon or lime on the avocado, it will preserve the freshness.
You could do that as well. And I like to eat my avocado with a little sprinkling of salt because it kind of brings out the flavor.
Me too.
So next we're going to use our next known edible fruit, because a lot of the fruit that we're looking at here we don't necessarily know about whether they're edible or not. We've looked at some of them and determined that they are in fact poisonous. In a foreign country and you find something growing on a vine on the ground, that it's not necessarily edible in terms of it not being poisonous. So you have to be very cautious. Certain things will give you rashes, and if you eat them, they can give you very upset stomachs and so forth. And you ask the locals, but you know what? The locals don't always know, and they'll tell you, yes, it's edible, or no, it's not poisonous in a heartbeat, but they really don't always know. This is a lime.
I love lime because they're citrusy and they're fresh, and they just make everything taste yummy.
And how do you like to eat your lime?
Many different ways. Fruit, meat, fish. Cut me a piece of that lime. I don't bite limes because that's not good for your teeth. Limes are very acidic.
Cut it lengthwise, you have wedges, just like the wedges of an orange as you peel the wedges. And of course they look like this on the inside. And so the favorite way for people to cut these is by continuing to cut them in half and then in quarters.
Lime. And
wedge.
you know, I'm sitting here thinking about it. There's really nothing that lime isn't good on. It's good on chips. It's good in drinks.
Yeah.
Key lime pie. Definitely make some key lime pie. Put this on your
Do you like
papaya.
key lime pie?
I love key lime pie.
Fish, stone crab.
Yummy.
As dessert.
Oh, also, Norbert has a lime tree in Florida. You grow these.
Yes, they grow really nicely in Florida. And they grow actually bigger than these. They grow almost twice this size and get a little bit yellow, which makes it, or fools people. Sometimes they think they're lemons when they're really limes.
That is very interesting. Norbert, what does it take to grow a lime? I mean, did you buy that tree or was it there?
It takes a lime tree.
It takes lots of water and lots of sunshine. That's why they grow in Florida in tropical areas, correct?
That's right.
I mean, where do you get seeds? There's no seeds in here.
Normally limes actually do have seeds. They're just like oranges. They have lime, but they don't have as many.
Oh, so do you think there's some seeds in here?
Well, it depends on how mature you let the fruit grow. A lot of limes are picked green, like these, and they don't have the seed hasn't fully developed yet. Easiest way is usually you go to the Home Depot and you buy a little tree that some farmer or somebody has already started for you, because it's sometimes lime trees are grafted longer root base, yet they get the grafting part of the tree that does better fruit. And so there's a lot of techniques to growing citrus, and that's one of them. But there's a lot of citrus in Florida, and there's a lot of citrus here. Limes just being one. They have oranges, and
well,
I
that's
think they have grapefruit.
Grapefruit, yummy. Well, that's all very interesting. Okay, moving on to our next fruit. This is unexplored territory. We're moving into unexplored territory. And what that means is we don't really know what we're cutting into. If you are a young person and you are out exploring, I encourage you to bring gloves. And if you're dissecting, I encourage you to wear gloves. Unfortunately, I didn't come that prepared for this dissecting session because we're in a foreign country, and I just had this idea and asked Norbert if he would do this with me. And that's one thing I like about Norbert. He's just so willing to try new things, and so here we are.
So
we really should have
so I'd like to show you the things that we're
gloves.
going to be doing here first.
Okay.
So we have what looks like a teeny little watermelon.
It looks like a teeny tiny little watermelon.
We have 3 of these.
Just because.
And watermelons grow on vines, which is very interesting.
They come off a vine.
Different types of fruits, whether they grow on vines, which is melons, or whether they like this particular fruit here, which we don't really know the name of, but it looks very interesting.
We're going to call it the hairy fruit.
Yeah.
Or the furry fruit.
It's like Velcro.
Or the prickly fruit.
You throw it up against a piece of Velcro and it sticks.
Velcro fruit. That's what we'll call it.
Now, when a lot of things that grow on vines can be poisonous, and my inclination is that a few of these things could in fact be poisonous or not edible. So they may not be poisonous to the point where they kill you, but they would make you sick. And sometimes the fruit or the juice can cause irritation on your skin, so you have to be careful with that as well. So we have that, then we have a bunch of seed pods that came off of trees or bushes.
Well, yeah,
And there's different types.
I showed him all these things already.
You did, okay. And
So let's just cut this watermelon.
So we're going to cut a watermelon. Each one of us is going to cut a watermelon.
Mini watermelon. How about you cut yours like this, and I'll cut mine like this.
Okay.
Okay. That's what I call teamwork. This is not a watermelon.
That's not your typical watermelon.
This looks more like a zucchini.
And it smells different too. It smells more like a zucchini.
I think you
or
can
a
eat
squash. Again, I'm not sure that this is edible. I'm not willing to try it, but it's an interesting looking fruit.
Actually,
It's very
it's like
deceptive.
a cucumber
Yeah.
because it is a bit slimy. Interesting. What do you think?
The word of caution here is if you don't know what it is, don't put it in your mouth. And if you look things up on the internet, there are a lot of different fruits that look like this, so be careful that you actually use the correct identification for it, because even though it looks like a different fruit that looks like this, it may not be the same one. So these grow on the ground, very similar to what watermelons look
They know,
like.
I showed them.
Okay, so
All right.
you see what they look like.
All right, now which one should we do next?
Well, I think we should do the hairy fruit next,
All right, we called it the Velcro fruit.
the Velcro hairy fruit.
Okay, this is going to be a bit of a challenge for us because not only is the fruit prickly, but also the vine is prickly. So why don't you saw that off? Ow! Okay, let's see here. This is a little painful. Okay, how about we do the same thing? You cut it long ways and I'll cut it in half.
Okie dokie.
Ow! I wish I had gloves next time. We had to do this today because
Voila, it looks just like the watermelon fruit that we had on the inside. Almost identical. Check it out in comparison. You see that?
it is
Similarly.
it is almost identical, but it's almost it's more rather. It's like the opposite.
It smells
It's
stronger than
It's
the
like the
little
opposite
watermelon.
pattern. Isn't that interesting? This smells more like a cucumber.
You also can tell in the wild whether fruits are edible or not if you see birds eating them or other animals eating them. Then you kind of know that they're of some kind of quality that animals like. But not all animals will eat everything that we can eat, or a lot of animals eat things that we shouldn't eat or can't eat, so that's not a dead giveaway. So I collected these seeds.
At each one of those bump locations, there's a seed.
So that what happens in nature, as this dries out, it kind of starts from a very green looking, or show them the green one. And
This
then-
was green yesterday, and that's why we're doing a dissection today, because obviously it's turning brown very rapidly.
And as they turn brown, the natural way for these seeds to broadcast is this will split open all on its own. And as it splits open, sometimes it actually pops the seed off into the distance by a foot or two. And when it hits the ground, the idea is for it to hit the ground and grow a new plant.
That's
And so
amazing.
that's how nature disseminates or spreads seeds around.
That is really cool. Let's open these. Let's get the seeds out.
This is very difficult to open, so here's the green seed. Here is one of the seeds when it's green.
In fact, you
on
don't even
on my thumb.
you don't need a knife to open these. You can just.
And here is what they look like. You see the little green seeds lined up like peas in a pod? That's what the green seeds look like.
Ah!
Oh, see? And that's how they jump, those little seeds.
Okay, so now these seeds are brown, and these are the seeds that will reproduce. And these seeds will grow in any climate.
Well, probably they need tropical climate. They probably won't withstand frost.
Okay. That's the thing about seeds. They don't all grow in the same kind of climate, and they don't all. Some need more water than others. Some need more sunlight than others, or less, or none. I know that cactuses don't really need. They're very low maintenance cactus plants. They're very prickly, very, very prickly. But they don't need very much water. But they do need a lot of sun.
Cactus like to be dry, so they don't grow in moist climates very well, or certain ones won't because they will rot because they have too much water. So they kind of like to be in sandy, well-drained soil. And that's why they grow in places like Arizona and California.
Do you know what a cactus is? If not, I challenge you to Google it, because there's tons. There's tons of ton of variety of cactus in the world, and heck, if you're not doing anything else, it'd be a fun thing to explore. All right, so we have a couple of natural greeny things left. Vegetation.
So
Seeds.
these,
More seeds. Which one do you want to open? Do you want to open the brown one or the green one? Brown one?
I'll
Okay.
open the brown one. You can open the green. Whoa! Look at that! See how they
Whoa,
opened up and
that
twisted?
that just pops right
They
open.
just popped right open and twisted. It's that twisting motion that now spreads or
Yeah.
broadcasts those seeds.
Yeah, it just popped that pod right open. This is a pod, right? A pea
It's a
pod.
pea pod
hmm
with seeds in the pea pod.
There's the
And
green
nice little
seeds.
seeds.
Woo! That is very fragrant.
And kind of a pungent taste, smell.
That is so cool. This is nature. Nature is amazing, and there's so much to explore. I was going to try to do a little bit of research before we started this video about how many different seeds there are in the world. Maybe you could do some research and try to figure that out, and I'll do the same. All right, so let's see here. Oh wait, what do you think these are?
Oh no.
Me either.
They're little flowers that turn into seeds. And
What do
originally they
you
were-
think these are? You remember me showing you these yesterday on our walk? Let's cut one open. Ow. It's definitely a flower. Smells interesting. Smells fragrant like a flower. So I think you're right. I think it is a flower. I like the smell. So it smells very clean and
All
refreshing.
flowers are the basis of seeds. And so flowers bloom so that the insects can pollinate a flower so that the seed is actually then a reproductive seed.
So without insects,
We wouldn't have very much pollination going on.
we wouldn't have very much vegetation.
That's right. So it takes insects and pollen sometimes is very loose. The wind can actually pollinate flowers, and so it can blow the pollen from one flower to another, or bees will do it.
That's very
And then ultimately they turn into the seed, which you're kind of seeing in the middle of in these little things. But they will dry and become seeds and crack open just like these larger ones do.
Speaking of cracking open, we have one last mystery to explore. We have no idea what this is. It has a hard shell. And I know that we're not going to be able to cut it open, so we're going to have to break it open. So give me 1 second.
So this, I want to give you a little bit more history on this particular fruit. That this particular fruit is not edible by human beings and is somewhat
Poisonous.
However, I also know that inside this green exterior shell is a hard coconut looking shell, like a coconut shell. And that what the natives do is they cut this like this, and when this is then opened up, they hollow out the seeds and the things that are on the inside, and this green exterior actually will come off as well. And that these then are used as cooking utensils, ladles, to ladle soup or things.
Really?
And they also make different things out of this particular shell that's inside here.
Now that's interesting. That's what I call resourceful.
That's right.
All right, let's get that bad boy open. All
So-
right, Norbert. So what I think you should do is drop it on the tile floor, because I believe then it will crack open.
Well, I think Michelle thinks it's going to crack open, but I'm not so sure. So here we go.
Oh!
Oh, look, she was right. It did crack
It cracked.
in several different places. Look
Okay.
at that. And there is what's inside. Let's see if we can see what's going on here.
Oh, it stinks. Oh, it smells poisonous. Phew. What is that?
Well,
Ugh.
I wouldn't want to.
It smells like poison.
I wouldn't want to.
Put it
eat
away.
That's for sure.
That is bad. That is bad.
Look at that. Michelle is reacting to the poison.
That is bad. I wish I could dissect it more, but I can't handle the smell. So we'll have to get masks and gloves and just put that. Oh,
I'm gonna go wash my hands because whatever it is that's on here, I don't want to touch it.
you touched the poison. Okay, well. Okay, well, that was fun.
Yeah, wasn't it?
Well, I enjoyed myself. Did you?
Absolutely.
How about you guys? I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspired you to get outside and explore.
Bye.
Have a good day.